Welcome to Holler Talk. I'm Kyle. We have got some big, exciting news to talk about before the Martinsville race. Stick around because you're not going to miss it. We're going to be talking about news with Alex Bowman. We're going to be talking Corey LaJoie news, SHR, DGR. You don't want to miss it. All right. Where do we break this down from? Let's go and start from the top here. Let's talk about some DGR news over on the truck side here. DGR now is TRICON Garage. Different than what they were. You know, they were DGR, David Gillen Racing. They've now switched to a new name, a new manufacturer. They are now going under the Toyota blanket, leaving Ford behind. So with that, they've got Corey Heim, who's going to be a part-time driver in the number 11 truck, Tanner Gray in the 15 truck full-time, and Taylor Gray will pilot the number 17 once he turns 18 at the race at COTA, which is like the third race of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So excited to see, how DGR is going to do with Toyota. They have now basically become the, I guess you'd say the developing team for Toyota. They do have a fourth truck, the one truck, which will be a part-time ride for seat fillers, one-offer, stuff like that. So let's see how those Tundras do over at DGR now. Now that does leave Hailie Deegan without a ride. She is a Ford driver. She did make a debut though at the Xfinity race. Where was that at? I don't remember exactly, but regardless, she did good. She got a 13th place finish. I believe it was at Phoenix, or not Phoenix, but Homestead where she did it at. Now with Hailie Deegan, she's a Ford driver, so she's going to be out from at least DGR, being they went Toyota. So she will most likely, I'd say, get a ride with an Xfinity team. She made her debut at Homestead. She got a respective 13th place finish for her debut race. So applaud to her for that. She did a great job. So we'll see what happens with Hailie Deegan now that DGR has become Toyota and she's a Ford driver. Next news, SHR. Man, I hate this for them. They lost their appeal to the Nascar Appeals Committee, which was headed up by Dixon Johnson, Bill Mullis, and Dale Pinillis. They didn't rule in their favor, so the penalty from the Roval still stands. Cole Custer and the owner's points, both were docked 50 points. Cole was given a $100,000 fine, along with Mike Shiplett, his crew chief. Shiplett was also given an indefinite suspension. So, don't know if that means forever until the end of time, or as NASCAR has done in the past, indefinitely. Usually means you'll come back at some point. Just go take a vacation for however long we decide. And I honestly think that the penalty was fair. Now that I really sit back and I think about it, you got to think, how's the crew chief going to see you on the backstretch with a potential flat tire? Yeah, I mean, there was some inside work there to help Chase move on to the round of 8. Which I guess is good. Hasn't done him any favors. He's had some lackluster performances the last 2 races. So we'll see how he does with Martinsville. It's his last chance for the playoffs. But we'll get into that here in a minute. Corey LaJoie gets his very first ever modified win at Martinsville. So it's a double winner for him. And Corey was quoted saying in Victory Lane that came here for a clock. Well, he got himself a Martinsville clock. I mean, who doesn't want a Martinsville clock? I mean, those things are beautiful. I want one. In other news, last year we saw the feud with Denny Hamlin and Alex Bowman at Martinsville. There, when Alex Bowman was doing his victory celebration there, Denny decided he wanted to come in and try to spoil it. What had happened there um, earlier, just a handful of laps earlier, Alex Bowman had got into Denny and turn four, I believe it was, sent Denny up the track. Of course, Denny lost all his position, so he was showing his displeasure. I wonder if we'll see any of that Sunday with the race. Who knows? It's hard to say. We've got 8 guys. Actually, we only got 7 guys really calling for their way into the championship four. We got Joey Logano, who's already locked in with a win at Vegas there. But what's your thoughts? You think we'll see a feud out there? Be sure to leave a comment below. Also, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. But definitely leave some comments. We'd love to hear your input on this. If you all think that we'll see some big feuds going on towards the end of the race. With that leaves us to our final 4 picks. And let's see here. The final 4 picks are coming up this Sunday at the end of the Martinsville race. We'll know our top 4. Joey, like I said, is locked in already. Chastain is 19 points behind in second. Elliott in third. Byron is barely holding the 4th position over Denny Hamlin right now. Blaney brings up 6th spot, followed by Bell in 7th and Chase Briscoe in 8th. And unfortunately, only 4 drivers can advance from here to the championship race at Phoenix. I see that. I think Chase is going to need a win regardless. I think he's too far back that he's just going to need a win to get to Phoenix. I don't see any other way him getting there unless for some reason it's hard to say Elliott or somebody just has a bad, terrible race and wrecks out early or whatever. Maybe it could possibly happen. I don't know yet. So then you got Bell, who's kind of on that cusp of really needing a win to get to that top 4. We'll see. I think he'll be the one that's fighting the hardest besides Chase. And then Blaney, I tell you what, for a driver who's not won a single point race this year, to be in the top 8 and who actually has a decent chance to be in the final 4, I mean, it's baffling how that happens. But hey, more power to him. If you can point your way through the entire year without wins, that's stellar in my book. Granted, it'd be nice to see you get a win this year, Blaney. Definitely rooting for you out there, man. As far as Hamlin goes, I think will get a top 4. I just see it. I think Martinsville is his track. That's his playground. I think he'll get top 4 out of this for sure, or he'll get into the top 4, should I say. And let's see here. Don't be sure to down below also comment on this. Let us know your thoughts on how you think the top 4 is going to play out. We'd love to hear your all's picks for Phoenix, definitely. And then for the big news, this was probably the biggest news of the weekend. It's been speculated for a couple of weeks that Alex Bowman will make his return at Phoenix. So he will return for one last race of 2022 at Phoenix, driving the 48 Ally car. Happy to see that. Let's see here. He made his announcement today on Twitter. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and check it out real quick.
Hey guys, been a bit. Really excited to be able to tell you that I'm coming back for the last race at Phoenix. Greg and I started something there in 2016 that we never got to finish. So hopefully we can get the job done. To have one final race with Greg is going to be really special. But thank you to Ally and Hendrick Motorsports, all the doctors that have helped me. It's been a long road and a lot of work, but excited to be back to 100% and be able to get back in a race car. So hope to see you guys out there. We're going to finish the season strong and hopefully get one last win for Greg. See you guys there.
All right. We all know that Bowman suffered, concussion-like symptoms from his back into the wall at turn 4 at Texas. These cars, they just don't give. The driver gives it before the car does. So glad to see that he's doing better. He's, you know, I don't know if he's fully over his symptoms, but he's doing good. So we'll see how that pans out for him. Wish him the best of luck for Phoenix and then going into 2023 season as well. Thank goodness though, Noah Gregson was there to pilot that number 48 Ally car while he was out on his medical leave. Don't forget to check out the Hot Dog Stand podcast released every Tuesday morning here on YouTube and also on all major podcast platforms. If you're interested in the iRock Roval Challenge series, be sure to check us out on iRacing as well. And you can find us on Facebook at iRock Challenge Series on Facebook. Thank you. So, with that being said, I think that's going to do it for the show. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like. We appreciate it. And y'all have a good one. Thank you for coming to Holler Talk. I'm Kyle. I'll see you all later.